Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Welcome back to the Hermitcraft 5 server. Yeah, you know what it is. It's the bestest little server, the best little piece of earth, or, I don't know, do we still call dirt in Minecraft Earth? Is this another planet? Is this planet named Hermitcraft 5? I don't know. But, like, I do know that I have really just been loving my time here this season. It is drawn to a close, and yet we still have so much left to do. I'm like, I want to do all the finishing touches on my castle. I want to make everything absolutely perfect. And instead, I'm just going to fly. I still need to destroy Asuma's house. That was one of my jobs. One of my jobs was to destroy this house that was not zoned properly. But I forgot my sign. I was going to put a sign up that said condemned. But you know what? House, I condemn you. Actually, wait, is it dark in here? This house could be condemned by creepers, actually. This is a really dangerous house. This whole space is dangerous. Asuma. Whoa. Hey, let's not elytra trigger and fall down there. Boom. We're gonna get these signs out. Indeed. Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He condemns his houses that are made by friends. That's Joe Hills. Condemned for zoning violations. You know what? I'll just leave it to the people who build, or the people who play this game after downloading the map in a few weeks, whenever it becomes freely available. I'll leave them the joy of destroying this place. You know what? That is for you. But, you know, and because I forgot to bring an axe. No actual way to break wood. So, like all expedient solutions, why don't I just delegate this to someone who isn't here right now, or who is if you take it on yourself. You guys should post on Twitter, hey Asuma, I knocked down your house, here's a screenshot. Post screenshots of your characters like standing here on the other side of the sign, except the house is gone. Boom. Take that, Asuma. Yay, look at that. We could even, well, I was gonna say we could make it a contest, but I don't think that's actually a good idea. Just post those on Twitter, and we could have a, hashtag for that. You know what? Post suggestions for the hashtag in the comments section below, because I'm not gonna come up with a good one. I was kind of scared to come back over here because I died so frequently and so recently here. But, you know, I just want to relive. I never actually got to go up here. You know, the server's closing out. Whoa, there's lava that's coming out of the sides of the top of that. There, how do you safely land in this? Whoa, 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 whoa. This whole thing is so cool. Dang it, Tango Tech. How do you have such good armor when all of mine is terrible? Here, I'm going to take these pants, and I'm going to... Hey, I'm borrowing your blue jeans, Tango. You can have these gold ones in return. I have carrots. Why am I walking around eating beetroots, then? Yeah, we're going to take these... Can I take these potions of regeneration? Nah, I don't need them. Wait, I have chain leggings. Hey, sorry there, Tango Tech. You can have your blue jeans back. I just found some chain leggings I'm going to wear. Oh man, he's got a whole storage room down there. Everybody's so good at storage on this server. But you know what? That's cool. It's good to play games with people who are good at things you're not. Unless they're competitive games. Like, so, if you're not good at basketball, and you are playing with your friends, the New York Knicks, it might not go well for you. You might let your team down. But, yeah. We are gonna just head on back this way, because I've still got work to do on my own castle. You know, talking about you guys coming and exploring the server, I gotta get my own house in order. Assuming I can get my fireworks to fire. You know, on the whole, this is, whoa, been a pretty good project. But there are still some areas that need additional polish. Assuming that I can remember how to get to them, because this is a giant murder maze, let's try going upstairs and then going back downstairs. I don't know. Time skip.
Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft.
we have made it back into the very lowest levels of the castle. I say levels plural because technically, like, this level here is lower than that level, and this level beyond here is yet lower still. You know, at this point, I feel like we've done a pretty good job of flooding this out, so I should be able to safely come in here and... Oh, wait, dang it, I'm going to need at least a single bucket in order to finish out this floor. I was going to say I could just make all of this, kind of go down here to the water level and then let the water fill on its own, but I don't think that's how water works in Minecraft. I think it'll have a weird flow to it. Unlike all of my music, which always has a perfect flow to it. Thanks again to my brother Sean Hills for that amazing theme song y'all just heard. I am, like, I gotta say, like, I got that song made by him probably like 4 or 5 years ago. Still love it. Still makes me so happy. It is wonderful to be able to collaborate with your family on things. Which is actually something that the vampire in the story from this castle really never learned. He never learned to really work with his family, and so yeah, that worked out poorly for him. But sometimes, in the grief of others, or tragedy, not the grief, in the tragedy of others, we can learn and appreciate their mistakes, that we yet make fewer of our own. More pithily, I heard somebody say at one point, learn from my mistakes because you don't have time to make your own. But yeah, so look at this. Irregular offset. It's not an irregular offset technically, but this hallway here is already looking better. Now, if we take some stone and we figure out the parts in the ceiling where the gravel fell through earlier. Oh, you know what would also be helpful is not having mobs spawn up there, because maybe that's not ideal. Let's just go ahead and toss that there like so. Looking good. Right here, this is where there's actually a trap door that's supposed to lead down to this dungeon. Now, in Minecraft, you can't really make a true trap door without a mechanism that would be obvious to the players. So we're just going to kind of put in some light gray sand as a marker here, so that if somebody runs this game, they can have that trip or trapdoor trigger. Now, technically, the chute for that is supposed to be lower and go further, but it doesn't quite entirely work. So we just got to get creative with it sometimes, and that's fine. That's why we're here in Minecraft, to get creative with things. Not so creative that we use the light gray concrete powder to plug the ceiling. That is an exercise in folly. But, you know, exercise is good. So, let's see. There's Sergei's tomb that we worked on last episode. I'm really happy with how those angels turned out. So, hope you guys liked those. But where were we? We had just pulled out all the stops. Oh, wait. I remember now. We are underneath here, trying to improve these lower levels. I have some additional stone. I need to go ahead and fix some of the other stairwells where they cut through the dirt level. Like I said, on the whole, the logic for the castle is in place. We have the stairwells where the stairwells need to be and that sort of thing. But like cases like this, you know, like having kind of some stone or some smooth stone instead of dirt would really go a long way toward making this feel better. You know, and I kind of wish I had more of that, what do you call that? That mossy cobble. But, you know, I think you can make that just by applying vines directly to cobblestone. So maybe that's something that is within my reach or grasp, or both. I don't know which one's more excessive, but either way, we should probably go get some vines to blend in with some of the cobble, just to touch up pieces of these. A lot of these corridors are described as like damp and slick, and it's hard in Minecraft to convey slick and damp because smooth stone looks like naturally very dry, and cobblestone with the moss doesn't look as smooth, but it definitely looks less, I don't know. I feel like mossy cobble might be kind of the happy medium place for that. You know, and one other thing I wanted to talk about this episode is I know last episode I mentioned that I wanted to go into more detail about some of the stuff I did or saw at the convention this weekend. But the more I think about it, it's like conventions are hard to come and do a recap from unless you structure your convention around mass interactions or around like generating that video, right? So like when I go to the NASA events, I spend a lot of time just paying attention and taking down notes, and I'm very receptive. They have speakers come and talk to us. They show us things to take pictures and videos of, and it's less conversational and interactive than a gaming convention is or a fan convention is. It's more instructionally focused. So like at a gaming convention, I'm just walking around talking to people, and a lot of those interactions, while they might be interesting, are not necessarily intended to be shared with a wide audience. They're part of my interaction with that person and their interaction with me, and it doesn't really need to go past that. So it's kind of hard thinking about events like that. Like if I had gone to Valley Forge, which is George Washington's winter encampment, which was really close to the convention center, like less than half a mile away, I could have totally done an episode where I just talked about that. But the problem is that it was storming every day I was there pretty badly, or at least the days that I had free time, and so I didn't get to see Valley Forge because I prioritized, having those interactions with other people over going and walking around a old military camp. So I probably would have been more aggressive about trying to visit the camp despite the weather if I hadn't been so sure. It became really obvious early into the convention that this was a well-run event that I would want to participate in again. So because I'm hoping that we'll be invited back, I'm not as concerned as I might be at some other conventions about, like, I got to do everything on my list right now. Actually, we're going to leave that as stone just there. Okay. Now, this is also supposed to be a secret passage here. And so it's supposed to actually have, like, a ladder well that goes down. I'm not sure how we would actually want to do that. Like this wall here is supposed to kind of curve in, and then, but like if I started building a shaft down here, we're gonna actually be hitting both this room and this room. So we're already in some trouble there. Or actually, is the ladder supposed to go up to the next stairwell? That might actually be what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to go up to where this comes around up there, which might be too high. You know what? Let me just find the description for this room in the book real quick. Having reviewed the 2 room entries for down here and up here in the book The Curse of Strahd by Chris Perkins, based on the i6 Ravenlaw supplement for Dungeons & Dragons, I realized a few things. One, I thought the secret passage was supposed to go like right here in this corner. It doesn't. That actually does not happen. 2, even if it was exactly in that corner, that secret passage is supposed to dump you out on these stairs. But not really on these stairs, but on this platform here. This platform should have gone out further. So I haven't entirely reconciled how that's going to work. But we'll need to get some wood ladders before I can do that anyway. But what this is actually going to look like is this room here has 2 mirrors, which we will represent with blocks of quartz. One here, one here. And it has a tall wardrobe that is made of black lacquer that we'll put there. So, there we go. This mirror has the secret passage behind it. So what we'll actually do, I found this room in here. It's a dead space. We don't actually need it. It's in the original castle guide. This is just dark on the map. So what we'll do is we'll put our ladder in here behind this mirror. Now, some of you guys might be like, Joe, what are you going to do for light in there? Well, let me tell you what we're going to do for light. So we're going to take some of these torches, and we're going to put them on the walls here, like so. And we'll put them in between and on either side of these mirrors. Get rid of that one. Yeah, now we got something going for us. Great. So, then we can come back here and just start digging straight up. Actually, wait. You know what? As I'm looking at this, for the digging straight up part, whoa, what happened there? Server lag or something. Like, we don't want to actually hit the roof, but I don't think we will. I think that actually takes us where we need to go, roughly. So, or does it? Yeah, so now we're in another unused dead space here, inside the roof area. So we can actually just... Oh yeah, good, there's a workbench in case I need more slabs. Great. But you know what, let's go get those ladders first, and then we'll come back and work on this. Time skip! I decided to give us a little bit of a bird's eye view. I didn't use these ladders to get up here, but now that I've got the ladders, I figured, you know, I should show off what we're doing. This roof down here, underneath the crosshair, is the roof of the part of the building that we're working on. Whoa, that almost killed me. So yeah, you can see how low that is compared to this whole tall tower here. Now, if I start climbing down this tower, I should probably eat while I do it too, because apparently I have taken a lot of damage already. So this is a pretty tall tower, and we just need to have that ladder connect roughly in the area of the correct platform. And from a game standpoint, it should be logically comparable. We should be 100% in the clear, which is way better than having one more thing to worry about, in my opinion. So, that means, so once again, this platform here should have extended further. I messed up. I didn't do that. That's on me. So we have emerged from this portion of the tower. There's the part of the building we're going to be inside of. So we'll just sweep around here with our elytra. Boom. Through the servant's entrance here. Up the stairs, behind the missing mirror, which is only missing because I hit it. So, okay, so then we just start placing blocks going upward here, and hopefully come out somewhere in this stairwell that's level appropriate. No. That was too much to hope for. But, well, we can now enclose an additional area and then climb up inside of the shaft that will be created by doing that. So just hear me out, watch. So if we just kind of keep digging up right here. Oh no, that definitely needs to be concealed to the sky. Dang it, okay. New thoughts, okay. So if we come over one further here, and we're going to need to wall off like all of this. Structurally, logically, it's just got to be gone. Now, this is a secret passage, so it's okay if this feels a little bit behind the scenes inside the castle, because arguably it is behind the scenes inside the castle. And then you would come out here. That's not ideal, but in terms of the logic of the game, coming out here is pretty comparable to coming out here, the actual level you're supposed to be at. So, not my favorite architectural mistake in this whole project, but out of all of them, it's pretty alright. So yeah, nobody'll know that's there unless they find the secret passage, which we need to discourage them from finding by putting that mirror back. Whoops. Boom. 2 mirrors, 1 chest, or armoire. We're supposed to have a bunch of trashed furniture in here too. So I think to make the trashed furniture, I'm going to grab some wool carpet and some wood. And we'll be right back. Time skip. You know, it's funny the difference that a little addition can make. Just having that wardrobe visible from up here on this walkway is actually a pretty cool improvement. Yeah, that whole space definitely has a lot more character now. Speaking of character, though, this space down here is supposed to be littered with broken furniture. Now, that makes the stairwell a little bit more awkward, being the same kind of wood. So maybe I should revisit that, but on the whole, Like, I think that's okay. And we also want to do the same thing upstairs. Just this room should be trashed, except for the mirrors. Well, actually, I think the mirrors are technically broken. So, mirrors are also trashed. Fabric everywhere. Like, just weird, broken pieces of wood. Connected to, like, weird stuff. Like, what was that? I don't know. It was some sort of furniture at some point. Like, you should have to walk around it. So, yeah, you come in here. Somebody said, hey, they described this room, and they're like, yeah, it's trash. There's, like, weird fabric all over the floor and pieces of broken furniture. You'd be like, yeah, that's about what I was expecting. Okay. So, there we go. We went from pretty much nothing here to having our awesome secret passage in place. Which, let's review that real quick. We're going to close that behind us so we don't get carried away. But yeah, this would go up here. Then somebody could just, the dungeon master could mine through that on the way out. We'll just replace that. Bada bing. The torch there obscures any weird lighting elements from the light coming up there. And that works. We have made progress yet again. From some of the lowest dungeons to some of the most, I was going to say, middle brow servants' quarters, but they're not really any brow. Like, this part of the building is clearly the most tacked on. If you look at 3D models of this, like, I've started looking at how other people have made Ravenloft, now that I'm so far along that I can't be too heavily influenced by them. And, yeah, this part of the building just always looks kind of silly and tacked on here. It's just a weird part of the building. There's not a lot you can do about it. But it's like, well, we realized later we were going to have quarters for the servants, but so we just put a block with a little peaked roof on the back. I don't think that was the intention of the designers Tracy and Laura Hickman. What I mean is, like, that's the sort of castle that they were trying to create intentionally, like the idea that this servant space was an afterthought. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me today for this recording. I feel like we are getting so close to the end of the season, but this is all coming together so well. I am so lucky to get to make stuff for you guys every day and to get to play on a server with such cool people. So thank you guys again for watching. That is one thing I can talk about from my trip, is that going out and meeting fans and just, like I said, having those individual conversations and experiences and taking pictures with them and just chatting about what they do in Minecraft, it's really energizing and really reassuring. It makes me feel like, you know, I put a lot of work into this YouTube channel and into Hermitcraft, and it's like, I always know that it's worthwhile, but it really gives you a sense of perspective that, like, hey, I met like a few dozen people who watch my videos this weekend, and there are thousands of people who watch my videos. So I'm impacting these people's lives for the better, hopefully, or apparently for the better, the people I talked to this weekend. That might be a self-selecting group. The people whose lives I ruined maybe don't go to conventions to meet me. I would like to think that I have not ruined anyone's lives with my YouTube videos, though. But I don't know. Well, anyway, before we start figuring out how to evaluate that, let's go ahead and just call it a night. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.